much I would miss this little creature until I could no longer see her whenever I wanted. Until my custody of her hung in the balance. "Who's my best girl?" I asked her. "Me! Who's my best mama?" "Me? You!" The part that both killed me and kept me getting out of bed every morning was that she meant it. This gorgeous, brilliant child of mine truly thought I was the best, despite all recent evidence to the contrary. Jack, my almost ex-husband, was certain I was no longer the best at anything. I could feel his bitterness as he stood behind Sophie and took in the nearly empty restaurant. The tables, chairs, and furniture I had painstakingly selected only 5 years earlier had been sold to a new place opening down on Pashunk Avenue. Various kitchen equipment was pushed against the walls, ready to be hauled off to the highest bidder. All that remained was our mascot, a massive plaster pink pig flying from the ceiling, its lips curled in a cheeky smile, and the restaurant's name emblazoned on its flank, La Macellaya, the butcher woman. The plaster pig was a joke at first, before he became the symbol of the place. Jack had him made for me by a local artist. Because for all the years I dreamed of having my own restaurant, I'd never believed it was possible. When other people told me it would happen one day, I'd laugh like I didn't care if it did or didn't and say, "Sure, when pigs fly." Jack surprised me with the statue on opening night. I wondered when I went from being someone he'd design a custom pig statue for to a person he could barely look in the eye. It happened bit by bit, and then all at once. I looked up at him, hoping to see some of the old soft devotion. But Jack just seemed annoyed and sad. It was impossible to tell what he resented more, me or the restaurant that stole so much time from him and our marriage. "Let's go outside," I suggested, not wanting to see my failure through his eyes. A small part of me still hoped La Macellaya would reopen in a new location at some point in the future, but I couldn't see how, not with the mountain of debt we'd taken on, the skyrocketing rent, or the nasty rumors that continued to dog me. I knew I'd made so many mistakes with my restaurant. I'd poured my heart and soul into it, but also my hubris. I'd pushed us to expand and grow too fast, to make my investors happy, to make them money. I took on more than I could handle, and in the process, I lost almost everything. Another part of me also hoped, on some days, that with the restaurant gone, Jack and I might find a way to work things out. But that seemed more unlikely with each passing day. Our marriage had become merely a bundle of services that neither of us could fulfill well enough for the other. Once we made it to the sidewalk, Jack thrust a handful of mail at me. "This all came to the house for you," he said. Since we separated, Jack had been living with Sophie in our sweet little brick row home, the one we bought together the year we got married. It made sense at first, since I worked most nights and could sleep in the studio over the restaurant. But once La Macellaya closed, I'd have nowhere to live. Mixed in with the overdue bills and junk was the letter I'd been waiting for, a brown envelope scrawled in my Aunt Rosie's perfect penmanship. Gorgeous cursive that only ancient nuns could beat into you. I didn't want to open it because the second I did, my Aunt Rosie's death would be as real as the end of my business and my career. I knew that the letter contained the last words she never got to tell me in person, because I was too busy working to go see her one last time. Yet another regret. Jack cleared his throat the way he did when he was about to say something I wouldn't like. "I hate the idea of Sophie going to your aunt's funeral. She's too little to learn about death." "Sorry it bothers you. But please be reasonable, Jack. Sophie adored Aunt Rosie as much as I did." I swallowed my irritation and managed a contrite smile. "And all her cousins will be there. It won't be creepy and morbid. Rosie wanted more of a party than a formal church funeral. It'll be fun for Soph." "A fun funeral? Who throws a party when they die? Your whole family is nuts. Rosie was nuts."